Girls of Reddit, what's something guys see done in PRN that you wish they would stop trying to do in real life? One time I was making out with a dude and he just slapped me. I slapped him back harder. He did not appreciate it. Wonder why. You like that? You lying? Going from an L to vaginal penetration. By far skipping foreplay. Every man I've been with thinks it's normal to skip foreplay. Like no. Wanting a blowjob but not willing to reciprocate the foreplay. Like nah bro, I'm dry. Edit. I can't believe this is my most upvoted comment on Reddit. And thank you for all the awards. My clit is very firmly attached. I'm thrilled you've found it. But please stop trying to rub it off my body. You know when a guy goes to do an L it just slips in there and he starts hammering away? Don't try to do that. I'm tired of explaining this to partners. And then I have to be like, no. Try with a finger first and then they get grossed out. Like dude. Either you want to stick something in my ass or you don't. My brother told me that him and an ex tried an L one time and she turned to him and said I feel like I'm pooping and his response was I feel like a poop and they decided they weren't into an L. Rubbing the clit way too roughly with no spit lube anything. Standing 69. I guess? Unless you intentionally want to crack open the one you're holding upside down. Can't say I don't enjoy seeing it in PRN. Along with lots of other crazy poses. But those are just that. Theatrics. Abella Danger does this often with smaller girls. Look. I just want to wear them like a feed bag. If they happen to suck my dick while I'm at. All the better. Rough stuff without asking if I'm into it. No. I don't want to be choked, have my hair pulled, get slapped in the face, get slapped on the clit. I don't want a dick shoved in my face out of the blue. With the expectation that I'll suck it until my eyes are watery and I almost throw up. From what I've heard and experienced, many men out there don't know the meaning of foreplay. Oh, you like it rough? Face eyeing. Gagging is not a nice feeling and I quite like breathing. Shoving a woman's hair down while she is already giving you a blowjob. It's strange being a virgin male reading the comments. Expecting us to have sex just because they delivered a pizza to my house. When they freeze randomly during sex and call it buffering. Edit. Who the gave this a wholesome award? I don't know how often it pops up in PRN. But can I just say that putting a hand behind a head and pushing it down to your crotch is just awful. Don't do that. If the person you're with doesn't want to suck your dick, that move is not going to make them want it more. Probably everything done in PRN has like at least 3 people who actually genuinely like it in real life. So there is no universal answer. But I would hazard most women are not into anything inserted when one is not properly wet lubricated. Doubly so for an L, and in fact an L at all, without discussing and consenting first. Anything remotely BDSMY without prior verbal consent and communication. This includes hair pulling, slapping, choking. Please stop choking women unless they ask for it. I know a lot of ladies who get kinky, but it is a huge turn off and actually pretty scary if a guy starts doing it without talking about it beforehand and laying out ground rules and limits related to above. Changing positions every 30 seconds. Just don't. It takes time, rhythm, and attention to detail, e.g. pay attention to the clit. Friends, to get things feeling right. And when she says that's it, keep going. Just like that. Do not immediately go faster. Or change anything at all. You'll murder that budding orgasm before it has a chance to flower. 2 factors can confound even the most well-meaning fellow's attempts to do this. 1. Upon being told to continue what we're doing, our brain may immediately decide to have no idea what the hell we were doing. Much as with many other activities that are instinctive and smooth until we try to focus on them and suddenly can't do to save our lives. 2. The same position that's getting your engine revving may also be working very well for us. Too well. So the choice may be between changing positions and finishing well before you. If a guy thinks of PRN as a guideline to sex, he's probably an idiot. I love giving deep throats. I just love oral sex in general and really enjoy it when it's more OSI hardcore OSI. However, if you want a woman to deep throat you, expect spit gagging coughing sounds. Sneaking on a woman while she's sleeping and just slip it in while expecting her to wake up and be like, oh yeah, F me baby. It's dry. And it hurts. At least don't do it unless you have consent and know your partner is okay with that. Edit. I'm talking about PRN videos where this happens and the girl wakes up and immediately gets into it. Don't expect that. I mean, yeah. Obviously you shouldn't pay people. Don't push my head down. I hate it. If you want a BJ, just say it. Finger blasting. So anyway. Face eyeing. It's rude and hell. Unless she said please my face. Do not her face. I don't want to be face-ed. I can't even brush my back teeth and I will vomit on you if you try to face me. Edit. Yes. I'm sure some people do like it. But the post is asking what I wanted men to stop doing. Edit 2. OMG, my first award and my most liked Reddit comment is about face eyeing. Jackhammering. Yes. One of my worst times was with a hot older guy. I think he was trying to show off he could be a real stallion, but it was more like a jackrabbit on crack. He would not listen when I asked him to slow down. I could make a 20-kilometer long list of things honestly. But I guess the main three are 1. They think just touching a PSSY with their hands is enough foreplay and immediately try to get their dick inside. 2. Thinking most women enjoy being brutishly pulled by their hair. 3. Slapping boobs because that's a thing they do in PRN for some reason and it dying hurts. Who slaps a boob? Boobs are so sensitive. Edit. All TMI. And yes. I get women vary. But unless explicitly told. Why would you do anything to hurt someone? Second edit. I really hope all the Billie Eilish comments are by people closer to her age. Not a girl. But ass to mouth. Like. I'm sorry. Your dick was just in my actual ass. It is not going in my mouth until you shower. Or at least use some baby wipes or something. Jesus. I can always tell when a guy watches a lot of PRN because some of the positions they try are insane. Lyle, no. I cannot squat on top of you like that. No. My leg does not bend that way. No. Your dick is not long enough to reach around like that. I'm all for trying new positions to see what's fun. But when you are just copy pasting you've seen in PRN without factoring in the two people actually having sex, I get pretty frustrated. Not making any noise. Sometimes they think it's still like the idea it's all about the girl, so why make noise? No, I wanna hear you moan, boy. I'm very short and my husband is very tall. One time during sex, like 3/4 of the way through, he takes my leg and throws it over his shoulder. So my knee is over his shoulder. This puts my vag at about the level of his belly button. My ass isn't even on the bed at all. I'm just hanging there by one knee. And his penis is about 6 inches away from where it needs to be. Like, what's your plan here, chief? Afterwards he was like, I swear it works in PRN. He didn't try it again. I'm bummed that men think sex is all about penis and hole and that women will be crazy orgasmic just from penetration without any foreplay or passion. I love the feeling of skin against skin. The touching. Kissing. Teasing. Biting. Grabbing. The passion and seduction is missing so much. BC men think sex is like PRN. Skip right down to penis and hole and the woman will enjoy it because that's how it's displayed in PRN. All the passionate parts are what makes sex mind-blowing. And most guys skip right through it. Women's bodies can be so sensitive all around. There's so much to play with to get them hot. But today's men have been taught to focus only on what the camera in PRN focuses on. Women need foreplay. I cannot stress that enough. Very few men I have slept with have initiated foreplay without me saying something, and almost every other one doesn't know what foreplay is or that 30 seconds is an adequate amount of time. Bang hurts too if we are not properly aroused. Also, an L takes time. You can't just shove it in there and pound it out. The majority of women orgasm from clitoral stimulation. Very few women can orgasm from penetration alone. Edit. A larger penis does not automatically mean better sex. I have terrible send with big S and great sex with small ones. I've had terrible sex with small ones and great sex with big ones. Don't let the size of your penis lower your confidence. What a lot of men don't realize or don't care about is that female PRN stars are actors. They're paid to act. Whether they enjoy what's happening on set, hate it, or are completely ambivalent about it, is all secondary. If she wants the check, she's going to have to act like whatever that frothing mongrel is doing to her better be taking her body to Valhalla. Or they'll find someone who will. As for the men in PRN, the vast majority of male actors aren't even considered actors. Sure, they're paid to act, but most are considered to be props. They're simply to help the actress more accurately portray her character. Pushing head down, face eyeing, hair pulling, choking, spitting, spanking, degradation, rubbing the clit for 2 seconds and thinking that's enough, tapping their dick against you as if it's going to make you instantly gush, and so on. More and more women are talking about casual hookups doing these things without even asking. It is becoming normalized when it shouldn't be. Pushing a girl's face in a mattress. It's not SI or cool and get consent. Oh man, I feel sorry for you ladies. There seems to be a lot of dumb motherers out there. 1. Thinking a small dribble of spit is enough to ram something into her ass, or vag, for that matter. 2. Believing the only good type of sex is hard, fast sex. 3. That weird little flat-handed rub thing they do over the clit, if they even touch it at all, for all of 6 seconds before deciding female foreplay is over. Also, can we please normalize girls touching themselves during sex to orgasm? Or their partners helping out with something other than their throbbing hammer? Studies have shown that a vast number of women do not have a G-spot. I had someone stop me touching myself during sex. He was 100% offended and even said, "I can do it better." "No you cannot sir." Off. I'm surprised no one here mentioned facials. I'd never do that to anyone and don't find it arousing whatsoever. In PRN the women don't look like they enjoy semen in their eyes. Most of it. Stop setting expectations that normal people are anything like what you're watching. Like we're probably not willing or able to do half of the weird things you see. The actress is getting paid to act like she enjoys it. Hammering in right away. Seriously. Slow down. Get some motion in. Otherwise you'll hurt her. Also, L to normal sex is a no-go for many health reasons. If you're doing doggy style or something similar, where your dick can reach in really deep, be careful too. And lastly, listen to your partner. Not a script. Not all women like hardcore sex. So please ask before you start hurting them. Slapping their meat on my treasure box a bunch of times right before getting down to business. Just trying to be polite. Was told to always knock before coming in. Being dead quiet. Queer lady here. Stop trying to get in the pants of actual lesbians. It's not that they hate you. They are just 100% not interested and you're not on her radar. Lesbian PRN is totally different from what real sex is like between two women. Being silent or super violent dirty talk. In most hetero PRN the women are super vocal and the guys occasionally maybe grunt or the men just call the women bitches. Or other demeaning or violent things. Can we just get some guys voicing their pleasure or saying nicer things? Don't rub the bean too hard. If you spit on me, we're gonna switch from into fighting real quick. That stupid vibratory fingers in the general vicinity of the clitoris thing. It doesn't do anything. Thinking they can shove their dick in with little to no foreplay. Expecting you to suck their dick but then thinking some mediocre fingering is a fair exchange. Also do not time grab my head. Ugh. Spit on the girl's vulva. It is not SI. It turns me off so hardcore when they spit on their hand and wipe it on you. Or worse. Spit right on their dick before sliding it in. We're adults. We're allowed to have real lube. Or more foreplay. If we're gonna get crazy. Slapping their dicks with die-hard level enthusiasm on my fragile lady flower. A few on here have mentioned dudes jackhammering away on not using enough foreplay. I have found as a man. The same is often true with women. I am a slow lover. I do to women what I want done to me and hope they catch on. If they don't, I will let them know. I really enjoy teasing a partner. Because I like to teased. I take a very long time with foreplay because I also enjoy foreplay. I really enjoy giving oral and getting my partner off before they even touch me. Problem I've had too many times is that after all that build up and me getting them off, any just try to get me off as quick and dirty, not in a good way, as possible. Really more of a problem with hookups and casual sex than with partners. But still. That's frustrating. Spit. Spit is not lube. It's not SI. And if you spit on me, don't go after the clitoris like you're shooting someone in Fortnite. That does not feel good. Can my answer be all of it? The inability for guys to understand that PRN is not SX is staggering. TLDR. Don't be an accidental rapist. In PRN they rarely ask first or check in with their partner. In real life that can traumatize people, especially if you suddenly start doing something new. And especially if it's potentially rough or painful or demeaning or unsafe. I feel like most of the sexual assault I've experienced was guys just trying stuff they saw in PRN without asking me first. If you don't give someone a chance to say no, you're taking away their ability to control what happens to their body. Get consent. Worried it'll be too awkward? It's less awkward than finding out later that a fun night for you was traumatic and devastating for the other person. Question for the NL proponents in here. Why would you want to talk someone into something they're clearly not into? How is that enjoyable for you? Knowing that the other person is wincing. Or not into it? That's awful. Foreplay. Like. Seriously? At least make me horny before trying to me. It's not just about you. Wait. You guys are having a sex? So basically 90% of the answers have one consequence. 1. Shower sex. Honestly. It's annoying. It doesn't hit the spot. And I am just cold. The water gets rid of the natural lubrication and I feel like I have rug burn on my pelvic area in the end. 2. Standing sex. Unless we are the absolute perfect height or you can carry my fat ass. It's not going to work. This also contributes to why shower sex sucks. 3. Fingering. I want to come hither or an up down motion and to keep it. Not sudden finger blasting. My cervix isn't a target. Slapping my boobs. Especially when I'm on top. Cut that out for real. Oh, and edging themselves when I'm giving them oral. Like, come on man, my jaw is getting sore. I have zero sexual experience and I will confidently tell you all that 95% of these replies are common sense. Can't believe there are actually guys out there that do that. Communicate with your partner. Ask if the action is okay. Ask what can make the other person feel more comfy. Ask for directions for speed and preference from your partner. Take it slow and gradually add up the pace. You are having sex. Not driving a race car. It's not impressive when you are giving uncomfortable blowjobs. As well as being in a position where you are the only person who feel good. The only PRN people should get reference from is Japanese female-oriented PRN. They have realistic passe and foreplay. Going through these comments makes me a happy gay person. It's kind of all relative because each person has different things they like and don't like. But I would say doing anything new without asking if we want to do it. Seeing something in PRN doesn't mean it's a normal thing that all women want to do. Also stop with the finger eyeing. It's doing nothing for me. Give my clit some attention for goodness sake. No one, I mean no one, is enjoying all those dicks at once. It's a pose. Sorry guys. Apparently a single finger thrust, rather forcibly, in and out of your vagina really fast is pleasurable. I haven't seen a lot of PRN. But apparently that's a popular one. Username checks out. When they eat my shredded exoskeleton before I have a chance to decapitate them and lay my clutch of eggs in their throat cavity. PRN is bad for society. I can't imagine what it's like being a young teenager who's clueless about sex having to exist in the age of the internet where the first exposure is seeing 50 Japanese businessmen ejaculate on the same woman and then attempting to go forward with courtships from there. 50 men ejaculate on the same woman and then attempting to go forward with courtships from there. The Bachelorette? That show's been on for years. Edit. Thanks for the award. Biting the clit. What the? Who the does that? What about the things we want them to start trying? That would be way more inspiring. Spit lube. Has to be the spit lube. Or just jackhammering away before the vagina has a chance to get used to the fact something just entered it lol. Shove it in. Pretend it's the wrong hole. Stop thinking you can make a woman orgasm in 3 minutes orally or just in general. Quit thinking an orgasm means we squirt on you. Oh yeah, it's most likely. I'm a dude here. Thanks for the tips. Ladies. I guess some girls will be into this, but I've always hated how guys going down on a girl and suck their pupace and labia like it's eating spaghetti, yanking it away from their body. Or just lashing a face on a clit like you're a muppet. An L. Finally. Personally. There are times I do not mind and even enjoy an LSX. But there were times when I was about to get off and really felt like the SX was mind-blowing. When he stops mid-thrust to ask, can we do an L now? No, that we can't. GTFO. Not a female. But I think the real thing to take from this, whether it be over the top fetish stuff, or the most basic missionary style, every one woman and man has different things that turn them on. What they enjoy during it. Just cause you saw it somewhere else or even did it with someone else does not mean they like. Communication people. Speak it. Hand signal. Road flare. Whatever the you gotta do to discuss it. I had to tell my BF not to fishhook my mouth with his finger when we first started dating. 69. I don't want to look at your taint. I don't want your balls in my face. I can't enjoy what you're doing. Because I'm trying to focus on what I am doing. And I can't focus on what I'm doing because I'm totally distracted by how badly you're doing. Why is this even a thing? I honestly consider it a total nightmare. There are 3 things in PRN that make me lose my lady boner very quick. Deep throating. It's really hard to do without choking. Women are actual people. Our hearts are the key to amazing sex. We don't exist as ends to your means. Which is how PRN portrays us. I like to be seen. Touched. Tasted. Understood. I want to feel passion with you. Focus on feeling good together and not just getting to orgasm. The orgasms will come. Don't concern yourself with that. I can say for many women. Protect and care for us. And our hearts. And the sex will be amazing. Quickies. Long drawn out nights. Steamy showering. Roadhead. A whole package. But the second you treat me like a tool you just need to use for an orgasm, it loses something. Love each other and the sex will follow. Intimacy is earned and gets better the more you work at it. Also, sex is not a love language. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. A few things. Actually, rubbing my clit should not be practice for you to become the next big DJ. Eating PSSY should not feel like something between blowing a raspberry and slurping noodles. And no, I do not want to bounce on top of you. That's how I get super sore thighs in less than 5 minutes and the risk for breaking your dick increases exponentially. Most importantly, if we are not in a committed relationship, then condoms are 100% a requirement, not just an option. Surprised, I read a bunch and didn't see pulling out when he's ready to come and blasting all over my face while I kneel down in front of him. Does anyone actually do this? The last position I want to be in when I'm having an orgasm is standing up, jacking off on some girl's face. I honestly don't get it. And it ruins a lot of PRN for me. 1. Trying to bend our legs up all the way by our heads or something like we're a damn gymnast. 2. Anything to the nipple resembling pinching, pulling, twisting. It is not a radio dial and should not be treated as such. When guys take their dick out mid-sex and slap it on the top of your vag and say, oh yeah, you like that, how bad do you want it? I will tell you my PSSY dries up so fast when you do that. This will get buried. But that thing where they push on your lower stomach to like feel their cocks inside you? IDKY, it's a thing. Some belly distension link, I guess. It feels bad. And also usually pushes on my bladder. So now I'm annoyed and have to pee and you're smirking like you're God's gift to PSSY. It is supposedly supposed to make you squirt. According to my ex it was. Anyway. I'm not a squirter. I'm a farter. Did not work out in his favor.